Did you know that even a day that feels, well, just pleasantly warm to us can actually be really dangerous for our dogs?
Well,
We're talking about heat stroke. And it's not just about them being uncomfortable, it's genuinely life-threatening.
it absolutely is.
Yeah,
And the reason is, well, they just don't cool down like we do. We sweat all over.
right.
Dogs mainly rely on panting.
Mm.
But the thing is, that only works well if the moisture can evaporate from their tongue.
Ah, so humidity is a big problem then.
Exactly. If the air's already full of moisture, panting becomes way less effective. Think about it. It's like trying to cool off while wearing a permanent fur coat in a sauna.
Wow. Yeah, that puts it in perspective. So that's why we're doing this deep dive, figuring out the essential tips, the must-knows to keep our dogs safe and cool.
Yep. Whether you've had dogs forever or you're, just starting out, maybe even a vet student, this is crucial stuff.
And it's kind of surprising, isn't it? I saw that heat stroke can happen even when it's only, around 62 degrees Fahrenheit? That's about 17 Celsius. Seems quite cool.
It does seem cool, but yes. And certain dogs are definitely at higher risk.
Okay, like who specifically?
Well, you've got your brachycephalic breeds, those adorable flat-faced dogs.
Yeah.
Or Pugs, French Bulldogs.
Right. They struggle to breathe sometimes anyway.
Precisely. Their airways make efficient panting really difficult. Then the very young puppies and the older senior dogs.
Okay.
Also dogs carrying extra weight, ones with thick or dark fur, think huskies or German shepherds absorbing that sun. And, of course, any dog with underlying health problems.
So quite a few categories there.
Definitely. And the biggest trigger, the number one cause we see, exercise. Even just a moderate walk on a warm day can be enough to tip them into heat stroke.
Okay, so knowing all that, what can we actually do? What are the practical steps?
Right, let's get practical. First, the basics. Constant access to fresh, cool water. Absolutely essential.
And you mentioned ice cubes.
Yeah. Adding ice cubes can sometimes encourage them to drink a bit more, which is great for hydration. And shade, obviously. Plenty of shady spots indoors and out.
Makes sense. What about when we are outside? Those pavements get hot.
They get incredibly hot. Use the 5-second Tarmac test. Just place the back of your hand on the pavement for 5 seconds.
Okay.
If it's too hot for your hand, it's definitely burning their paw pads. So walk them during the cooler parts of the day. Early morning, late evening. Avoid that midday sun.
Good rule of thumb. Okay. Beyond water, shade, and timing walks. Any other maybe more fun ways to cool them down?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Little backyard paddling pool can be amazing. Just cool water, nothing freezing. Let them splash or just stand in it.
My dog would love that.
Most do. You can also use cool, damp towels for them to lie on. Big emphasis on, not over.
Why not over them?
Because covering them can actually trap the heat like a blanket. So
Yeah.
let them lie on the cool surface. Cooling mats are great too. And frozen treats. Kongs stuffed and frozen, or just ice cubes to lick.
Oh, good ideas. What about when you're out and about, maybe on a walk and it gets warmer than expected?
A small spray bottle with cool water is perfect for that. Just a light misting can help.
Okay, simple but effective. Now, there's one thing we absolutely have to stress, isn't there? The big never.
The absolute cardinal rule. Never, ever leave your dog alone in a parked car. Not even for a minute. Same goes for conservatories or, any enclosed space that heats up.
That happens so fast.
Unbelievably fast. On a 70-degree day, the inside of a car can hit 90 degrees in just 10 minutes. Cracking a window makes almost no difference. It's a potential death trap. Seriously.
So important. Okay, so even with the best intentions, things can go wrong. We need to know the signs of overheating. Right. What does dangerous panting look like?
Yeah, it's not always obvious. Heavy panting, even when they haven't been exercising, is a big red flag. Sometimes they pull their lips back almost like a grin.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's often a sign of distress, not happiness. Look for excessive drooling too, like really thick saliva.
Okay, panting, drooling. What else?
Their gums or tongue might look bright red or even bluish or pale later on. They might seem unsteady, wobbly, really lethargic. Vomiting can happen, diarrhea too.
Yeah.
And in severe cases, collapse.
That sounds terrifying. So if you see any of that,
It's an emergency. Full stop. Medical emergency.
and the advice is cool first, transport second.
Exactly. Don't panic and just rush to the car. Get them into the shade or somewhere cool immediately. Offer small sips of cool water. Don't let them gulp.
And how do we cool them actively? Is there a wrong way to do it?
Yes, there is. People often reach for ice-cold water or even rubbing alcohol. Big mistake.
Really? Why?
Icy water can cause their blood vessels to constrict, especially on the skin surface. That actually traps heat deeper inside the body, and alcohol cools them too fast, which can lead to shock or other issues.
Okay, so what should we use?
Cool tap water. Not freezing, just cool. Wet them down thoroughly, especially focusing on their head, neck, belly, and paw pads. Using a fan to blow air over them while they're wet helps evaporation work better.
Cool water, fan if possible. Got it. Then what?
Then get them to the vet immediately, even if they seem to perk up a bit with the cooling.
Why still go if they seem better?
Because heat stroke can cause serious internal damage to the organs, clotting problems, stuff you can't see. They need veterinary assessment and likely supportive care.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, wow, we've covered a lot of ground here. Really crucial information for keeping dogs safe when it heats up.
It really is. It boils down to being prepared, being vigilant, and knowing those signs. Remember, your dog completely relies on you to protect them from the heat.
Which leads to a thought, doesn't it? Are we always paying close enough attention? Do we always catch those early, subtle signs they're getting too warm?
That's a really important question to ask ourselves.
Definitely food for thought. Ultimately, though, while this deep dive gives you knowledge and awareness, it's not a substitute for professional advice.
Absolutely. For any specific health worries, any emergencies, or even just questions about your particular dog's risk, you always need to consult your veterinarian.
They're the real experts for your pet's individual needs.